take number 2 or 3 or even 4 maybe. Hey y'all, I'm Tammy. I am going to do a retreat recap for Dirty Annie's retreat. Now, this was back at the very end of September. I want to say the dates were September, I think 19th through the 22nd. I filmed a video and I went to upload it and realized that I filmed it in portrait mode instead of landscape. So amateur, beginner mistakes. And so I'm going to do the best I can to recap, but I know that I've already put away some stuff because when I walk in my house, I have to put everything away. So I did my best to gather everything back up so that I can do this recap video for y'all. So it started on, I believe it was a Friday. Yes, it was a Friday. So it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we got there. When we got there, I was going to the middle of Fort Worth. I had never been downtown Fort Worth, so I really didn't know what I was expecting. And the traffic wasn't that bad. The directions were super easy. Now, when I got to the hotel, it was a little bit different than what I was expecting. So God had my back, so it was a good thing. I'd pull up, and then I knew because of, I do believe Annie may have let us know, or somebody let us know, like there was valet parking. I wasn't going to pay for valet parking. It was pretty pricey. So I had already looked ahead, found that there was a garage just a couple of blocks away. So my plan in my mind was, hey, I'll pull up. We're Diamond Elite members of this hotel, you know, what do you call it? Franchise. And so I thought, well, I'll pull up. I'm a Diamond Elite member. It's not a big deal. So I pull up. Thank God. When I pull up, my friend Wanda and her sweet darling husband, Don, they were unloading at the same time. So I pull up right behind them. Thank you, Jesus. So Wanda's like, hey, Tammy. She's like, unload all your stuff and I'll stand right here. I'll take it in. And then I'll come back, get in the car with you. We'll go down to the parking garage and I'll walk back with you. I was like, girl, godsend right there. So Dawn and I stood outside until she went and got a cart, come and got our stuff, put it on a cart, got tickets. We went, took my car to the parking garage a couple of blocks away, and then she walked back with me. Love friends like that. So I got there about, I want to say it was 10 o'clock. Check-in, I had paid for early check-in, so I could check in at 8 o'clock till, I think, regular check-in was noon, I think. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere around there. And when I got there, check-in was seamless. It was super easy, and unloaded my stuff, checked in, and then Kim, who was going to be rooming with me, was right around the corner. So I did the exact thing, same thing for her that Wanda had done for me. By then, Wanda had gone up to help Annie start setting up the retreat conference room. So I told Kim the same thing. Let me help you unload your stuff, which she literally had very little. Just a suitcase and one little cart to drag. And I was like, I just unloaded a ton. So done the same thing. Went and got the cart. We unloaded her stuff, got a ticket. We drove over to the parking garage, and then I walked back with her. We went to our room, unloaded our stuff, had a potty break, and went over to see if we could help set up anything else that needed done. We were able to help them as they were just barely getting started. There were a couple of hiccups, no fault of Annie's. It was just miscommunication and sometimes staff that just doesn't do their job. So the vendors were going to open, I think, an hour before we were able to check in and get our tables. So Annie didn't let anybody pick their tables. So we kind of just had our stuff at the room, and then kind of went, and there were several people that started looking through the vendors. I was still helping set up some things. Kim was helping do some other things. So we didn't really go and do the hour, the shopping the hour prior to the retreat actually starting. So when it started, I had just barely finished what I was doing when it was actually the official start time. So we go over, and the girls have this bag for us and our badge. So our badges, they were not this exact same one. They had just the plain black, lanyard badge you get. But they look like this. Sorry for the glare. But they look like this. And so down here, they had different names of people. So I happened to get Cinderella. And I was like, it might not be the shoe, but if the boot that fits, I'll wear it. And so for those of you that don't know, the theme of hers was Texas two-step. And it was like a Western kind of theme. So it was very appropriate that I would get Cinderella. I was kind of happy about that. Some people weren't happy with the people they got. I loved Cinderella. So anyways, I made this lanyard. Sorry, I didn't bring my little thing over here. Anyways, made this lanyard because you girls got to be super cute. So throughout the event, she would call different groups of names. So some of those names were like, mine was Disney princesses. Some of them were talk show hosts. There was just different names that she would call. And according to the name you got, she had gifts that she was giving out. This is the gift that I got. It's a canvas bag, tote bag. This is the image that she used for the retreat shirts. Super duper adorable. So this was my gift that I got for my name on the retreat badge. So we settle in, you know how it is. You get your area set up. You talk more than you stitch on the first day, or at least I do. There's some people that just get straight to work. That is not me. I want to, and I want to say that I go to retreats to stitch, but I usually get in a few stitches. I go to retreats for fellowship and to visit, right? It's just, meeting with people that love the same things that I love. Oh my goodness. Do y'all hear my drama? He has been so quiet. The drama. Every time I go to film, y'all. I'm so sorry. So that day, was lots of just settling in, stitching a little bit, visiting with all your people, as our table mates came, just catching up with them, helping them get set up. And she done the welcome, done great. So Friday was just pretty relaxed. It wasn't like nothing major happening. Then Saturday morning we got up, and the peyote beading class, which I took from Ghost Boy Needleworks, he was doing a peyote beading class, and I have been wanting to do that. I look at everybody's stuff and I'm like, oh, the pretties. So, I wanted to see if I could do it. I didn't know if I could. I can do other beading stuff, but this, I have ADHD, so my brain doesn't always catch things as quickly as everybody else's. I'm rushing ahead. So this was the class that I took. It was for a pair of earrings. I wasn't going to use it for earrings. I was going to do a scissor fob. And then if I wanted to, I could either make another one or gift somebody one. So in the kit, and it was a class kit. So you got him doing the tutorial, teaching you how to do it. He also gave us fantastic step-by-step instructions on the basics of peyote beading, and it walks you through the process. Super good. How to read a pattern, because I had never even seen a peyote beading pattern. So Raymond was a fantastic teacher. He was so patient. Oh my goodness. There was a few that were like, can you help me? Can you help me? You know, and then he just was so good. He just was like, you know, going from one to the other. And as we would go to the next step, you know, just walking us through it. And he done such a great job. Like I said, he was patient. There was a lot of women. I think there was maybe like, I don't know, I would say like 10 or 15 of us. And he was so patient with all of us. So yes, this was a class. I loved this class and was so happy that I was able to take it and learn something new. I did not get very far. Like I have the first 4 rows done, which they say, if you can get the first 4 rows done, after that, the beads lay super easy. And I found for me, if I would lay my bead project down on the table and kind of hold it with this finger, it was so much easier. So yeah, I enjoy that. And I want to finish this. Man, life gets busy. Days go by so fast. Okay, so that was the beading class. And then they were doing a car show down in the middle of town. And so we went to go to lunch, and there was a cheesecake factory I had planned on going to eat at because I had never been to one in real life other than one time to pick up a piece of cheesecake and leave. So I wanted to eat lunch at a cheesecake factory. That was not going to happen that day. Excuse me. The wait list was ridiculous. So we did shopping. Wanda done a class, and hers was doing a needle book, and everybody that took that class seemed to love it. The pictures were amazing. The project she chose was super duper cute. Goodness, swallow your spit. You know what? Y'all either love me or hate me. Okay, so the next thing was we had, I know I told y'all this. Sorry, I had forgotten to get this out. I told y'all we had done the twin swap. So that was on Saturday. I think it was at 1 o'clock. I can't remember. I don't have my schedule right in front of me. But the twin swap was probably my very favorite thing because what it was, and I haven't seen anybody else at any of the other retreats do this, but you got to stitch the piece that you wanted. And you know how if you've been to a retreat, I'm making an assumption that everybody's been to retreats, and I know not everybody has. But usually what you do is you stitch a piece and then you gift it away, right? And sometimes we're stitching these pieces and we fall in love with them. And I'm not the only one because I've heard other people say, I don't want to give this away now. I love it. And I know of people that have actually backed out of the swap because they wanted to keep the piece because they fell in love with it. I'm gonna have you ever seen those people that their dogs are so good? That is not mine. It's so embarrassing. Oh my word. Side note, sorry. So on the retreat gift that we were doing, the twin swap is what she called it. You stitched a piece or made a gift, and then you kitted the exact same thing up to do the swap. So what you were going to do was you were going to bring yours and display it and show it off, do a show and tell, and then the recipient would get the kit of the same project. So mine was, and I know those of you that have already watched my first video have seen this, but mine was this kit, and it was literally everything. It was a scissor fob, everything that you see here. I gifted to the recipient, including the pattern to stitch bobbin, which was a Stacy Nash pattern. That was my favorite thing that we done. We also done a scavenger hunt, and it was with like a little passport, and that was fun. But mine was making all the pretty things, and I design as I go. And so when I make a project, I have something in mind, and then I design, like I said, as I go. So I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with that. I had thought about doing a different pattern, and I made it and I loved it, but it wasn't what I wanted, right? So I found those jewelry boxes at Marshall's and made the decision to gift that. So you can never outgive, right? Like no matter what you do, like there's just a blessing in it for me. I did not always understand that it's more blessed to give than to receive. You know, I'm like, I like presents. I want presents. I've been on both ends. I've been on the receiving end. I've been on the gifting end. And it is more blessed to give than to receive. And so we gifted those. And that was so fun. And I will post some pictures at the end of this video. And you'll see I've done a couple of little like videos, like just, you know, kind of scaling down, doing the video, showing you what the finished pieces were, and then the gift bags or whatever. And everybody seemed to really enjoy it. I will say a good portion of the attendees, they did it. And so that was a lot of fun. And you know what I loved about the retreat is it was just, there was 50 of us. So it was just very relaxed. It was a very intimate retreat where you were able to go and talk to at least everybody once. You know, I met new designers that I had never met before. I met new stitchy friends I had never met before. Some of them have never even been to a retreat. And so that's the joy to me about retreats is you make new connections. And it's with people that they love the same things you do, right? They have the same interest in mind. So then the next thing I done was I did shop at Leslie's shop, which is Under the Sea Fabrics. I went on a very tight budget because I had to get new tires, and then went to fill up my car and my battery died. And I have a brand new car. Well, I say brand new. It's a 21. And so I was so shocked that my battery died. And so that was my extra spending money. It was $300 just to get a battery. And that's not on top of what I spent on the tires. So my budget was cut a little bit short, which was a little frustrating, but you know, you embrace it. And my outlook and my thought on that was, well, you know, this winter, you're not going to have to worry about a battery or tires. You're safe and you had the money, and you know, I'm thankful for that. So looking on the bright side, I may not have had as much fun money, but you know, that I got to go, and that's all that matters. So, oh my word, why am I telling you all my business? This is what I got. And this is a blush pink. I know it's, okay, you can see, like this is pink. So pink. This was one of my table mate gifts, but this is like a blush pink 18 count fabric that I got from Leslie. And then the other two things that I got, both of these are Lady Dot Creates trims. One of them is just a crushed seam binding. This is a teeny tiny black pom-pom trim, which I have some pretty small pom-pom trim, but this is even more delicate. So I love it because I told you I like making pretty things. So those were my only purchases, I think. If I purchased anything else, oh, I did purchase 2 vials of the Bowen needles. I think they do 25 Bowen needles for $8.95, I think. So anytime I go to a retreat and they're there, I pick up 1 or 2 vials. The last time I had to get 26 count. So this time I got 2 28 count. And I really like the 28 count. That's my preferred needle because I do stitch on 22 count lamb's wool Hardanger. I told y'all that before. Oh, and I've been watching some of y'all's videos and y'all stitch on Hardanger too. And that makes my heart happy. Okay, so the next thing I want to go over is what Annie did. And I think it's super amazing, and kudos to Annie. And I just love that she supports new designers. So she let us know in the welcoming speech that every designer that gifted us a pattern for the retreat was a brand new designer. And I love that, because what that tells me is she's rising, and as she rises, she's lifting others. And you cannot go wrong when you bless other people and when you help other people, whether you're a Christian or not. I mean, if you are doing good, which is, we need that. Like, there's so much bad in the world, that when I see somebody that is doing something positive, whether it's paying a compliment, that's free. It doesn't cost us anything. Whether it's paying a compliment to somebody or gifting somebody something, you can't go wrong. And so each one of these designers were new designers. One of them actually even shared Annie's room at market. And I love that about her. So each one of them being new designers, I just want to say a special thank you, because I understand when you're a new designer, it costs you money to get these printed, and almost every one of them are printed in color. I was looking before I said that. I knew there was a lot of them that are printed in color, and they're on cardstock, and that costs money. And so I want you to know I am so appreciative and thankful that you gifted us these. It means a lot. And I want to recognize everybody in a special way. So the first one, I had never seen anything that they had designed or stitched. And y'all, this designer is going to go places. I love how unique her patterns are. And what she does, I think that really captivates the artistic, person in me, is she cross stitches, but then on top of those cross stitches, she does another pattern. And it is so intriguing to me because it gives you so much dimension and texture. So good. So it is Counting Puddles. And this is the project that she gifted us. And look how fun that is. And just so I hope that you can really see the detail in her pattern. There was one that was a snowman with snowflakes, and it was in pastels. So good. I really do think she's going to go places. Oh, here's my passport. I didn't know where it went. This was the passport. And then I'll show y'all what happened with that. I shouldn't have showed that yet, but squirrel. The next one was Pixie. She was so neat. So I got to meet her. I had never met her. And then she actually even signed my copy. Super, super neat. Her name is Christy. And she stitched hers in Cosmo Floss. Y'all know I'm beginner. I say beginner. I'm new in the fact that I don't have all the pretties that everybody else has. So I had never even seen how vibrant Cosmo Floss was in person. Y'all, they're so fabulous. They're just so delicious. And the colors she chose were phenomenal. So her pattern, I can't show you because it's in here, but is the cutest armadillo drinking a glass of ice sweet tea. Your girl's from the South. We drink tea here. Now, I used to only drink sweet tea, but years ago I was on a weight loss journey, and I give up sweet tea. So I never thought that would happen, but it did. So I'm going to cover up some of these because it's the actual pattern. And my little coaster that my table mate gifted me was perfect. So this is from the Stitching Kitten, and it was called Meowdy Partner. And let's see if I get my eyes out of the way. Somebody told me that I needed to hold it up about 10 seconds in my last video. Thank you so much for that feedback. And then I had a couple say your stuff is backwards, so I did go in here and fix that. So she gifted us a pattern, and it's the cutest little kitty cat with the handkerchief. And she's got a little kitten beside her. The mama, I'm assuming it's a mama. She's wearing a little cowgirl hat. And so they both have little kerchiefs and cowgirl hats. It's super duper cute. The next one is the Wildflower Stitching. And this was Maria, and she was right behind us, y'all. And she was such a pleasure to get to visit and get to know. She does finishing for Annie. And I really enjoyed getting to visit with her. So the Wildflower Stitching, is that stitch? Yeah, Stitching. Hers is a really cute pattern. It has a pair of boots and it says Texas, and then underneath it, it says 2024. So I will definitely be stitching that one because it's going to be like a commemorative piece. Then the Fine Frog Stitching, Hoist the Snails. Look how adorable this is. Oh my word. That pink snail, slug, whatever we want to call him. I guess he's a snail. Hence the title, Tammi. How adorable is that? I love it. And then DecemberStitches, which for those of you that did not watch, I was had done a live interview last Thursday with them, and it was such a pleasure and a joy to get to visit with them. So this is their pattern. I'm trying to get that glare off. That they gifted us, and they are DecemberStitches. Just, I have had so much fun getting to meet new people. So not only have I got to meet new people, but I've got to stay in contact with them since I came home from the retreat, whether it's through FlossTube or Instagram, mostly Instagram. This is Me Amy XStitch. And she is on Etsy. And so, how am I going to cover this up? She has a coupon code that I don't want anybody to use. That's not supposed to. So, okay. This is how she gifted us our pattern. It is super cute. It's a little, probably like a little black cat for Halloween. And so it's got, you know, the typical arched black cat with its tail and its back up. It's super cute. And then the next one was Stay Platinum Stitchery on Etsy. And this is a little ghosty that is a chicken with a little sheet over it. Super cute. And, oh, y'all don't use that code. I didn't know there was a code on there. Y'all be nice. Use your manners. Okay, the next one was XOXO Gossip Gourds. And it is from Spooky Stitching on Etsy. And so this was like some little pumpkin gourds. Super cute. Those of y'all that like to stitch fall and Halloween, super fun. And then the last one is Cobweb Rose. Is that the name of? Yes, Cobweb and Rose is the name of the designer. And I can't show y'all. I'm going to do it like this because it's a huge pattern. And so she gave us the oleander. And so it's like a seed packet, but they're like all deadly. It's part one of the Poison Garden seed packet collection. So she gifted us the first one, and then it's a whole collection of poisonous seed packs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, I showed y'all this pattern. This was gifted to me by one of the ladies that was at a table a couple of places, like couple down from where we were. And it's gorgeous. I want to stitch this, but I got to give myself a little more time. It's gorgeous, and I really do want to stitch that. So, okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about was just this passport. We had to go to different places, and inside of the passport, we got little stamps for going to the different places. And then when we got back, we were an official Texan. Annie checked it. And at each one of those places, we received different things. Kim had gifted us some floss drops. We got a pin. We got a charm. So this is a couple of the things. There were a couple of other things. I can't remember what they were. Obviously, I put them up and I don't know what I did with them. Sorry. And so the last thing I wanted to talk about was table mate gifts. So like I said, I've already put part of it up. So I can't show y'all everything. I'm sorry. But my friend Wanda, that is my table mate, has the most amazing embroidery machine. And she gifted me these. For those of you that don't know, I love tomatoes. I stitch tomatoes. Most of y'all know that if you've watched my first and second video. And then the other table mate, that was just a personal gift she gifted me. And then she had another little bag that had other things in it. Let me see if I can do this to get it to focus. And then she gifted each one of us these. She does these on her embroidery machine. Amazing. And then I put a couple of my counting pins in here. And this is actually, I set it beside my sewing machine in a little tray. And I love it. Thank you, Wanda. Okay. This was one of the other gifts that I received from Stephanie. Her daughter made these for us, which I thought was so super kind. And I know there are going to be other things that I don't have because I've already put them away. This one is a Pine Mountain pattern. Let's see what it says. Pine Mountain kit. So it is a pillow finishing kit. And this was gifted to me by Vivian. She was going to do it for her, or use this for her friend swap. And then she ended up not being able to do it. So she gifted it to me. So it actually has the pattern here. And then this is the rest of the kit. So it's, let me see if I can get it out of here really quick. It's on looks like an 18 count Aida. And then there is the floss and the actual pillow. So all you have to do is stitch the piece, open these up, and put it in here, which I think is brilliant. And then, of course, the button to finish, the button to finish the pillow. So I do want to do that again as another piece to remember the retreat. And it does have a needle in there also. That needle looks way too big for me though, because, and it's probably a 26 count. I'm not sure. What are you supposed to use? Maybe. Is it 26? Probably. And I do use 26. But that one just looks big for some reason. Anyways, my friend Kim, y'all know Kim. Y'all all know Kim probably. She gifts us what she calls a survival kit. Oh, look, here's my bow and needles. I didn't even realize I didn't put them up yet. This is where they were. I was putting them in my other deal the other day and didn't realize they were. Oh, Vivian gifted us these too, colonial needles. See, I told y'all, I have all kinds of stuff. Oh, somebody gifted me bow and needles. See? It's like new presents all over again. So Kim gifted us these, and she calls them a survival kit, a survival bucket, something. And usually she painted us these. I'm saying this as if y'all know what I'm showing y'all. But in this, she had Kleenexes. She had a needle minder with Annie's little, her little retreat thing on it. Hand sanitizer, a chapstick, Tylenol. There was, I know some of this wasn't her. Maybe like a nail file. And then, I don't know if she gifted me this or not, or if somebody else did. But inside of it, let me empty it. Inside of it, she done a little wooden spool. It's not going to focus. I'm sorry. There's a wooden spool so that we can put our scissors in here and keep up with them. So I love that. Thanks, Kim, for all the goodies. And, you know, I don't know if y'all have ever gotten to a retreat and we don't drink enough water sometimes and you get a headache. So she always thinks ahead. Hand sanitizer. Yeah, hand sanitizer. There's mints here. I think Wanda gave us the mints. Chapstick. little needle minder. I'm going to stick that right here on my cart. The other thing I got was I was gifted a cute little scissor fob or bling, whatever you want to call it, floss bling, and some floss drops. I'm like, what words? Come on. Here is a wooden button needle minder, a little USA flag. Kat gifted me these two things. I love everybody that's in the stitching community. Just so gift giving, and I just love them. So I fell in love with this little parrot. Let me see. This little beaded parrot. And she bought this for me from Nessa's Needle Minders. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure it focuses. I fell in love with it. And then Kat, the very last day of the retreat, brought it to me and told me she bought it for me. I love that. And then she had messaged me and told me she didn't know where all these charms came from, but asked me if I wanted them. And I said yes. So she packed them in her bag and gifted them to me. So I had put my little fob on this pair of scissors that was also gifted to me. And then I had these two things gifted to me from Debbie. And I don't remember who gifted me this pair of gold scissors. But all the kind things everybody does, I just love. And so I am so excited I was able to go to Annie's first retreat, and I am, looking forward to the next retreat. And that segues me right into something super exciting. I talked to Annie a couple of days ago, and she asked me if I wanted to teach a finishing class or a class at her next retreat. And so I have accepted, and if y'all come, and I would love for y'all to take my class. And the next one, it's going to be at a different venue. And I think we are looking to host around 150. I say we as in if I have anything to do with it other than doing the class. But if you have not been to Texas and you want to come to Texas, this is a perfect time to come. So it is going to be in March. I think she is shooting for the second weekend of March. If she can't sign a contract on the 2nd, it's going to be the 3rd weekend of March. So y'all start putting some money back. If you have friends, family, any of your kids wanting to know what you want for Christmas, tell them you want a retreat. So I don't know the cost of it. I don't know if it, what is going to happen with all of that. So y'all go to Dirty Annie's. I will link in my notes. I will link to her Facebook page and also her Instagram. And I want y'all to go over there and follow her so that you are able to stay in the loop. And I think that's all I have, y'all. I am super excited about doing the class. One other thing. She has also asked me to do some finishing for her. It's one piece, and I'm super excited. It's right up my colorway. So that's going to be coming out probably like November, and it's going to be a whole series. And so I cannot wait to share what I'm going to do, how I'm going to finish that piece. She did tell me that I can film it and I can show it on floss tube. And so yeah, new opportunities. I'm super excited. I told y'all I don't know where I'm going on this journey, but I'm super excited. That being said, I am going to attempt to do a pattern for my class. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll see. There's lots of friendly people that are willing to help you do fun things. And so with that being said, I hope y'all have a fantastic stitchy week. I wasn't able to do a lot of stitching last week. I had my grandbaby for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, And then Saturday, I was doing cooking for a church luncheon on Sunday, and starting to feel a little under the weather Monday. Like yesterday, I could feel that I'm trying to get sick. So I'm doing all the things, taking supplements. I drink silver, different things. So hopefully it's not going to get me. I do feel some drainage. And so I'm just prayerful that my body does what it needs to do. I'm going to give myself some really good nutrition this week. I'm going to make sure I stay hydrated. And so y'all do the same thing. See, that's my mama coming out in me. Happy stitching, friends, and thank you for taking time to watch my video. Oh, yes. Yeah, see, I'm not good about this. If you stop by, thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching. Those of you that have liked, commented, subscribed, shared my videos, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I really appreciate you. And thank you for taking time to spend with me. And y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.